Yesterday, I said my AI build SaaS was broken, and honestly, I thought I might have to rebuild the whole thing. But today, I'm going to show you how I fixed the biggest problems, improved the product, and what I learned about building software with AI. Let's get into it. Welcome back to the AI startup journey. Over the last few days, I went from finding an idea to validating it to building a real SaaS using ChatGPT, Pinterest, and Lovable. The problem is the first version looked good, but it wasn't exactly good. So today I'm focusing on something most people skip, and that's iteration. Okay, so this is where we left off the other day. Let's check out what we have so far. Contact section, pricing, and we have our landing page. Let's go ahead and create an admin account, which we can basically log into. This is our login page. Looks pretty clean. Okay, I think we can shift this over here on the left. It already has integration with LinkedIn. That's awesome. And Google. I think we have to set these up. But let's go ahead and create an account. We'll do Michael Friedman, and then we'll type in our password. Click on create. I'll save that. Let's see if we have to verify it or not. This is the login page. That's cool. Let's go ahead and open up Gmail. So I didn't receive an email. That means the functionality for sign up is not there yet. Let's go back to the home page and check if there is functionality for the login and sign up page, and if the user gets a verification email to log in. Okay. So that's going to check our status on sign up and sign in, so we can create an account and view our dashboard. Let's also see if there is a dashboard to begin with. So far, everything's making sense. The buttons make sense. Get started, log in, and sign up is good from my end. We just need to check out how the dashboard looks like. Let's see what it has here. Build unsuccessful. The login and sign up are currently UI only. Okay, so the functionality behind these pages hasn't been created yet. Want me to go ahead and enable Lovable Cloud and wire up real authentication with email verification? Yes, go ahead. So now Lovable will do everything on the back end, creating the sign in, the sign up, the email functionality as well, so we can go ahead and create accounts. Okay, so enable cloud, yes. That way it will now create a database for us. Lovable uses for database, it's called Supabase. Anyone can use it, it's free to use. I believe it's open source. So now it's doing the integration for the authentication flow. And once we get everything wired up, we can then check how the onboarding process looks like. I'm very curious to see how that looks like from just one prompt. And remember, we're still in phase 1. The authentication is now configured. Don't worry about this. It's going to refresh in a moment. Okay, we're almost done. I'll then click on Get Started. We'll have to create an admin dashboard as well to keep track of all the users and revenue and subscriptions and all that stuff. That'll be later. It doesn't automatically create a great product, and this is where we have to go in and do some iteration, some refinement. Perfect. So now everything is wired into login and register. Here's everything that it's done. Sign up, login, Google sign in, and then protected dashboard. So if it's not authenticated, it'll redirect you. Email confirmation is on. Let's ask, what about sign in with LinkedIn button? Because I noticed on the sign up, there was a, on the login and sign up, sign in with LinkedIn. This is important because LinkedIn is one of the biggest jobs network out there. We want to make sure that they can easily use this product by signing in with their LinkedIn address. Lovable managed. Okay. LinkedIn is not a supported provider for sign-in. Note, the LinkedIn connector exists, but it connects your LinkedIn account to call the API publish post. It's not an end-to-end user sign-in method. What do you want to do? Remove it, swap it to Apple, or build custom LinkedIn authorization. What will be the requirement for LinkedIn OAuth? So I'm just asking what the requirements are. I have no idea, but I just feel like it'll be something worth it because we're building a thing around jobs. We're building a product around jobs, and it'd be nice if you can sign in with LinkedIn. Maybe we can even pull some information like their first name, last name, email, telephone number, even their resume, just so we can pre-fill things automatically for the user. The majority of your time will be spent prompting. As you can see, I haven't even touched any pages so far. Everything and all the questions have been directed towards the AI. Okay, came back. LinkedIn developer app. You create this. Go to, okay, under products, request sign in with LinkedIn using OpenID. Usually auto approved. Under auth, add an authorized redirect. Okay, so rather than wasting time, let's go ahead and add in Google and Apple sign-in, just because Lovable said there's 0 configuration and it's one button. We'll add in the LinkedIn functionality in the different phases, just so we can not stall and analysis paralysis and keep on moving. Let's just go with the Google and Apple login button instead. We will do LinkedIn button sign in later phase. Okay, so now that's done and done. Let's go ahead and click on get started and see if we can sign in and create an account and check out the dashboard. AI is still working, so it's gonna add in continue with Google or continue with Apple. So let's just wait a little bit until it's done and I will do a refresh. There we go. So now we have continue with Google or continue with Apple. The buttons look amazing. Let's go ahead and give it a shot. I will create an account, full name, Michael Friedman, and this is my email. I will enter a password and click on create account. Okay, so the create an account, but I didn't receive any emails, not even to my spam. Maybe we have to jump out of here and just display it as a full web page. Let's go ahead and create account. I'll add my name in again. Okay, so create account does not work. I wonder why. What if we continue with Google? I wonder if we can change this as well. Instead of saying Lovable, I'll click allow and it bumped us to the home page. Okay, get started. Continue with Google, and it bumps us back to the home page. Okay, that's weird. So now we tell Lovable the sign up is not working. So we want to know login and sign up form is not working. Let's state what the problems are. When I log in with Google, I allow permissions, but then it kicks me back to the home page. Secondly, when I create an account and then press create account, it does nothing. Make the Google Apple login and create account functional and ready to use. Okay, let's see what that does. Hopefully it fixes the issues with creating the account and then logging in. If you have trouble prompting, I suggest you use ChatGPT. That way it can give you a specific prompt. Sometimes I just like to work in Lovable directly. And make sure when you're in Lovable, you are specifically prompting the exact issue that you're facing. Be as detailed as possible. That's what I suggest. Okay, I came back. The form was working, but errors like, okay, had nowhere to display. There was no toaster mountains. Okay, I'm not sure what these are, but hopefully it fixed it. It says try a stronger password. Google kicks back to homepage. OAuth must be a public URL so the user does not land first. Try sign up again with a stronger password and retest Google. Both flows should now end up on the dashboard. Okay, so let's go ahead and try Google. Okay, this is the dashboard. Resume not uploaded, application 0. This is a very desolate dashboard. So we'll come back to that and make sure that we add some more information in here. We might have to brainstorm some things on what we should include. We'll go back and check the prompt that we initially set to make sure that all the information is displayed correctly. Let's go ahead and sign out. Let's log in. I'll do a sign up manually, and I will use my other email, and I'll put okay, create account. Password is known to be weak and easy to guess. Please choose a different one. Okay, great. Create an account. I'll save. Let's go back to Gmail and we will verify that the email arrived. Okay, so it went into spam. That's no problem. Let's click on it anyways. Let's also say, well, my guess is that because it doesn't have a domain name yet, it's kicking it to spam. So once we do get our custom domain, whatever that may be, it shouldn't go into spam. Let's go ahead and click on verify email. In fact, let's get rid of this and make sure it doesn't go to spam. Now we can click on verify, redirecting, and we should be able to log in now. There we go. Perfect. So both the social buttons and the regular signups now work. Let's go ahead and sign out. Let's go ahead and check what we listed for the dashboard. Okay, this is homepage. So good news is that we didn't prompt anything for the dashboard, and we will need to basically do a customization for the dashboard. Over the past day or so, I created another prompt for the same product, just a more specific direction. And I wanted to know what is easy to do in Lovable and what actually needs like APIs, backend logic, what's hard and what's risky. So it laid out all the things that we can do in Lovable. Things that we need third-party APIs for or codes for, and things that could actually be risky because we don't want to get in trouble with different websites like scraping or, because we want to update like jobs list or something like that. Let's see here. Okay, onboarding. Okay, so the MVP. Like the screenshots, premium. Step 2, onboarding. User enters LinkedIn URL, resume is uploaded. Target location. See, this is the stuff that we're missing because when we sign up, we need to onboard the user so they go step by step and enter their information. That's missing. And when it comes to simplification, we need to keep it simple. Again, we're doing something that's micro and solving one issue. And let's not make anything complex. We need to remove the complexity and reduce any visual clutter. We need to make sure that the primary action is obvious. The output generator, step 6, paid plan, phase 1. Okay, so I'm just gonna ask stupidly, give me the full Lovable prompt for phase 1. Keep in mind that the homepage, let's name it landing page is complete, auth is complete. The rest, let's set this up in detail. Dashboard needs to be built with functionality and the onboarding process for the user. Steps 1 through 6 if possible. Then we can move on to phase 2. And that's where we'll add in the AI profile analysis, job scoring, resume tailoring, and cover letters. Okay, let's go ahead and send that off. It's saying use the same design language to match Perplexity computer, clean, rounded cards, great, product, database. That's what we need. Professional details, job preferences, skills, status, jobs. Perfect. Okay, this is a bunch of dashboard, and now this is the onboarding process. So now it's suggesting I add a job matches table now, even if it's unused in phase 1, phase 2 will need it. So it's already thinking about future phases, which is great because later on, we don't want to build something and then just forget about it or add it later. This way it's built into the database so we can use it later on. Okay, that's great. Let's add in the job matches table now. Since we're designing this for scale, let's make it flexible enough to support multiple AI analysis over time, different prompts, models, rescoring. So it's trying to upgrade this for me already. Wow, phase 2, every time the user clicks job analysis, the workflow becomes profile description analysis, job matches. The architecture means we won't need to redesign the database when we add AI agents in the future. Okay, awesome. Let's build out the full Lovable prompt with the new additions. So now it'll give me the full prompt. Okay, so now it'll tell me to split this into multiple Lovable prompts instead of one giant prompt. Because of performance issues, we need to focus on one feature at a time. Okay, prompt 1, prompt 2, prompt 3, and prompt 4. There are 7 prompts. Let's start with prompt 1. How many prompts were there? There's 7 mini prompts. So we're starting with the first prompt. So now it's giving us a little tip is to, before moving on to prompt number 2, have Lovable generate the entire design system first. Okay, so let's copy that, the first prompt only, put that in there. We'll get rid of the suggestion and just give that a whirl. Now we'll start to build out the first prompt, which is the architecture and database. Here you can see that I told it not to touch anything with the authentication and the homepage. It's asking me to approve database, schema, storage. Let's approve. So a lot of the times you have to rewrite and clarify the user flow 100% of the time and ask for a much more cleaner and more focused experience. And what's crazy is that AI development it isn't just about generating code. It's about giving it better instructions every iteration. And this is what we strive to do every time. This is what I'm trying to do every time. The quality of the product improved dramatically once the prompt became more specific, as you can see. The more specific you are, the better your outcome will be when prompting with AI. Whether you're using Claude, ChatGPT, Lovable, and the rest of the other AI tools, specifics. Okay, it's working through that. Let's just go ahead and check prompt 1, onboarding flow. These are all variables for the table, so where we will store information. These are all the functionalities in the sidebar, which is great. Navigation is jobs, documents, profile settings, avatar, username, email, logout. Each page has breadcrumbs. Let's also check what prompt number 2 is. That's the onboarding experience. That's what will lead up to the user signing up and uploading their resume and starting their profile. Just for kicks, I'm going to try to log in and see what happened. Okay, so welcome to Apply AI. Track every job, tailor every application. This is the onboarding. Build your profile. You're all set. Obviously, we're not all set, but you can see that the dashboard has dramatically changed. How many applications, how many interviews, how many offers, how many saved. Does this work? Add your first job. Okay, awesome. So you can keep track of all the jobs that you've done. Documents, you can upload your resume. Awesome. Settings, jobs, dashboard. Okay, things are coming together. Things are coming together. It's looking good. You can also search, but nothing's really working there. That's fine. Let's go on to prompt number 2, because I really want to see how this onboarding works. Without it, it's meaningless. Give me the full Lovable prompt for prompt number 2 now. Okay, User onboarding experience. Because the first thing we saw was only 3 steps and we didn't even enter any information and no resume, so it didn't really make sense. It just built out the user flow. Authenticate user, check onboarding. If it's complete, if it's false, complete all steps. Create a full screen onboarding wizard. That's what we need. I love it. Copy. Build this so phase 2 can immediately add AI profile analysis without changing the onboarding flow. Let's do it. Prompt number 2. Awesome. Let me just refresh to see if it did anything on the landing page. It shouldn't have. Okay, no, it didn't. Okay, that's perfect. Get started. All right. I'm excited to see the result here. Let's actually log out so we can go through the whole setup process. I went from 2 applications a week to 40, got my offer in 3 weeks. I love this little testimonial. Later on, we'll do all the nitpicking on the logos. That could be later. But I like the homepage. I'm sure it's going to evolve into something more, a little bit more dynamic. But for now, this works. Let's not overthink things. Let's get the functionality done and ready to use. Okay, it just finished. Added the onboarding process and it kicked me out. Okay, interesting. Let's go ahead and log back in. All right, we're back in. I'm not sure why it kicked me out, but now we have a 6-step wizard when we have the welcome and it basically onboards the user. Validation, resume upload, profile completion, activities, phase 2 AI placeholders. And later on, something that I realized while building AI SaaS is to have preloaded like loaders. They're called skeletons. So that way information is not just blank. You have like loaders that will fill in where the content needs to go. Let's go ahead and log in. And let's actually sign up on a different name. I'll put Mike, I'll put John, and then I'll put, let's see, this email, and I will create a password again, create account, save, log in. Let's check out the email. Okay, obviously it's in spam. Let's kick it out of spam, confirm, verify. Now we should hit our onboarding wizard. I'm excited to see this. Okay, I'm going to refresh. Okay, here we go. This is the onboarding wizard. Totally different from what we saw, right? So welcome to Job Pilot AI. I don't know why it renamed it, but okay. Let's build your personal career assistant. I'll handle the applications. You focus on interviews. Get started. Okay. Creative director, Acme. Let's see what kind of drop down it has. Lots of things. Let's put finance. We'll put 5. Designer, building, products. I'm a designer with 16 years of experience in product design and content marketing. Let's just add that in there. Minimum 100 characters. Looking for a new role to fill. LinkedIn, I'll just put in my own. Okay, this is my LinkedIn. This is my website. I'm not really going to put my GitHub on there, but let's go to continue. What are your strongest? Okay, awesome. Everything that pertains to my work. What are you looking for? Design lead, UX, UI, marketing manager. I can type in my own thing. Creative director, directort. I'll add in my own. Let's just put CTO. Preferred location, remote, Toronto, New York. Remote preference, flexible. Notice period, immediate, full-time. Okay, multiple selections. Minimum salary, 200,000. Maximum, 500,000. Visa required? No. Willing to relocate? Yes. Willingness to travel? Percentage. Okay, I'll travel half the time. Continue. Enter your resume. Okay, I'll put in my resume. Phase 2. Phase 2 is locked. AI will surface improvement areas. Okay, I'm not sure what this is. I'm going to screenshot. Let's continue. Profile is created. Finish setup. Okay, started onboarding, finished onboarding. Okay, Jobs, profile, okay. So one thing that's missing is AI analysis, but we'll get there. We'll get there. As long as we have, the goal is to get a little bit of the functionality there. The dashboard is there, so I'm very happy about that. I'm happy about the wizard. Just got to figure out what that phase 2 thing is, and we'll be good to go. Tomorrow, I'm going to take the next step and start adding real functionality that users would actually care about. Not just a pretty interface, a product that solves a real problem. If you're following the journey, subscribe and come back tomorrow. And let me know in the comments, what's one feature every SaaS absolutely needs? I'll see you in day 9.